How about a museum, a historic landmark, and a park all rolled into one? Sir, you just came out of the voting booth here this morning outside of Glessner House. I wonder if you could talk to our viewers about the voting experience and what you think about voting today.
I vote all the time. I think it's really important. So I get up early and make sure I get in there.
The rain didn't bother you as it was coming through this morning?
You got to do it. Civic duty.
Civic duty, absolutely, sir. Well, thank you so much for voting. We appreciate it. And what a cool voting place, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's nice.
It's a great one. It's a museum, sir. Have a great day. I want to tell you a little bit about this voting spot. The Glessner House Museum, you can see it's architecturally really interesting, and it goes back to 1887. Internationally renowned treasure here in Chicago, and a really interesting building to be voting on. So guys, later on in the day, so we got a museum checked off the list. It's right next to an incredible park as well, but we're going to a hair salon. Yes, there's a hair salon polling place, a boathouse, and we've also got a bowling alley on the list. Yes, we're so used to the schools, we're so used to voting in government buildings, but there are all sorts of polling places across Chicago today, and we'll be exploring them and talking to voters just like that gentleman there. It is your civic duty, and we're going to be exploring all those interesting tidbits all morning long. I don't think along the Chicago River you're going to find many polling places, but in fact you would be wrong. We've already been to a museum, and now we are at a boathouse. Yes, there is a boathouse, which is a polling place. This is part of the Park District's Park 571 in the Bridgeport community, and it's two boathouses that are gigantic and brand new, well, about a couple years old or so. But yes, we've already seen rowers coming up from the river, putting their boats away into the boathouse. They do yoga in here. It's really an incredible architectural structure. Both of them 5,000 square feet. They've got heated training facilities. They've got ergonomic workout spaces. They've got a lot of machines and over 14,000 square feet for boats and rowing. This is all part of the Chicago Park District's effort to reclaim the Chicago River. A few months ago, we went over to Ping Tom Park, which isn't too far away from here, just north here on the Chicago River. Ping Tom Park is where another of the boathouses are, where they're trying to introduce more people to the river. But again, this is a polling place at 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. All the voting places are open. And again, it offers a really interesting view. We're just southwest of the city there. You can see downtown right there. We're near Midway as well, but you would never think of a boathouse as a polling place. How cool is that? We got a few more stops along the way. And we're just off Archer Avenue here, and we're actually at Daisy's Hair Studio, which is doubling as a polling place here today. Now, of course, the city loves to put them in schools and churches when they're possible, university buildings as well, or government buildings, sometimes museums, but sometimes there just are not enough places in certain neighborhoods to be able to occupy all the precincts that are needed. This is precinct number 13. We see one voter finishing up, and they're actually going to go ahead and put this voter's ballot into the voting box here right now. We're up to 30 votes in this precinct now with this vote going in. Again, this is precinct 13 in the Brighton Park neighborhood at Daisy's Hair Studio. We got the election judges here. They're doing a fantastic job this morning. Hard at work, of course. And remember, our election judges are citizens just like you. They went through a training process to be able to do this, and this is an incredibly long day for them. So if you are out voting today, of course, be respectful. You might have some long lines you're dealing with. You're going to have some situations where you might be there a little bit longer than you anticipated. There could be something wrong. Be sure to be respectful to your election judges, of course. They're just trying to do their best to make sure that voting goes as smoothly as possible. Remember, we've already been to a National Historic Museum. We've already been to a boathouse and now a hair salon. We were asking earlier if it was possible to maybe get a haircut while you were voting, but that is not the opportunity today. Unfortunately, the hair salon closed throughout most of the day today for haircuts, so you can't look fantastic while you vote as well. All right, voting's going to continue. We're off to the next spot. This might be my favorite spot of all. We've been to a hair salon. We've been to a historic place, a museum. We've also been to a boathouse, but I love a good bowling alley, right? It's closed, of course. It's early in the morning. No one's bowling yet, but what they are doing is voting. This is incredible. In the bowling alley, you come behind the youth bowling site, and here we go. It's a precinct. I don't want to be too loud, by the way, in the polling place, but we got our election judges here. If they could all wave, they're doing their civic duty and going a little extra today. Long hours.
Votes matter.
Votes matter. I like that, right, sir?
Yes, votes matter. As Americans, as everybody, we have to vote.
I agree with that.
Get our word out there.
Get the word out there. Has it been pretty busy so far, or it's been...
Yeah, it was busy this morning. It's been good. We got a little break now, but...
Good. You guys deserve a little break, because you guys are here all day long, right?
Yes, and we were here 3 hours last night setting up. A lot of setup before 5 o'clock this morning.
Here at 5 a.m. this morning, we have our polls open by 6 a.m. and then here till 7 o'clock tonight. And then there's always the after that we have to do.
Yeah.
But
The breakdown. That's a long day. Manager, how's everything going so far? The coordinator.
It's going pretty well. We're waiting for the people to come through. We have to vote. We have to vote.
Everyone has got to vote. Are you guys all going to go bowling later on? Are you going to get to sneak in a few rolls or no?
Oh no, going home.
They're too tired to be bowling. All right, guys, we're going to toss back. But again, it's so many unique places. Of course, the government loves to have it in government offices where possible, libraries, schools, churches. But sometimes they can't. There's a lot of precincts open that weren't, of course, open during the pre-election voting, the early voting. So sometimes you got to come to a bowling alley. But hey, roll a couple frames and vote and do your civic duty. I think I'm at one of the most unique polling places to continue the theme. We're outside of Su Nueva Lavanderia here in the West Lawn neighborhood. And guess what? This laundry place is also a polling place. The folks at the bowling alley said, you got to check out the Lavanderia down the street. And here we are. And it is a windy day. You saw that flag moving. And that's going to make things feel even cooler. Temperatures in the 40s. Few sprinkles here. The rain showers will be out of the way soon. By the afternoon, we'll stay in the upper 40s and then start to fall through the evening hours, but at least it will be dry. It's windy, I know it's chilly, and maybe a little rain, but guys, come on, you've got to vote and do your laundry too, right?